Good evening, folks. How are we doing? So first of all, I should point out I haven't cleared most of my desk as much as I normally do, so I do apologise. But I've just had this arrive directly from Eduards, not through my usual supplier. Unfortunately, it's been mixed up. But I got a feeling this one might be a bit of an important one, so I wanted to just quickly do a unboxing, as I haven't done one for a little while either, and show you guys what's up. So this is Eduards' new 1/72nd version of the Desert Babes boxings, which we had earlier in the year. So we had the 1/48 ones. I'm not going to comment too much on what went on, but basically they sold out really quickly. The prices went completely ballistic. Thanks to, oddly, the fire, Eduards managed to find a handful more. So they got sold directly from Eduards. Unfortunately, they sold out pretty much instantaneously for similar reasons. Those prices have gone even sillier. And there's an awful lot of people who are very, very positive, very negative. But hopefully this one will be a little bit different. So, good old-fashioned 1/72nd. Everyone started there. Let's see what they've got this time. So, this is technically the Revel kit underneath, the 1/72nd Revel kit, but of course with all of Eduards' goodies. So, kit number is number 2137. We've got markings for, it looks like 8, all from Desert Storm. That's Operation Gr1 for the Brits. So the original Gr1 back in the early 90s. We've got the usual bump on the edge there. On the side here, we've got the box art. We've also got more bits and pieces again. Revel plastic parts. Decals for 8 marking options. I assume it's Eduards' new peely ones. Present seats and wheels, and of course photo etch and the mask set. Of course, nothing of any real interest on the other side apart from the barcode, if you really want, if you're that way inclined. So let's take a look. Alright, so I'll use the chair behind me, as I sometimes do. So, very quick look. We've got the instructions there. We've got what appears to be one bag with the clear parts wrapped separately inside. And the bits and bobs there, we'll go through those in a moment. Okay, so instructions. We have this beautiful artwork here. I'm going to try not to get too much shine on this, but we'll see what we can do. Usual big A4 pages. So we've got the normal parts call-outs just there and colours down the bottom. Again in Mission Models, Mr. Hobby, that's about it. So obviously you can make your own way around. Starting as normal with the inside of the cockpit, so we're starting with the ejection seats. Lots of resonant bits and pieces going on there. Again, lots of choices when it comes to how you want to deck out the inside, whether or not you want to use decals, whether or not you want to use original parts, whether or not you want to use etch. It's all there for you to do what you prefer. Fairly simple tub. Again, it is only 1/72, so no reason to go mad. That's all there. Looks like the nose wheel bay going on. Underneath, some more parts going on the insides and the HUD. Front fuselage going together. Very important nose weight there. It doesn't mention how much though, so I'll just cram the front with as much as possible. Got a little bit of etch going on some pylons. Don't know why we'll need those yet. Oh, because we're already going there. Okay. We're going in the wings straight away. So wings on. It's not clear whether or not that really gives you options specifically for swinging the wings. It looks like it, because we've got a dog tooth there, so quite possibly. I don't know what's going on with the pylons though. You may need to glue those in your preferred position. Although it does look like from the towel you've got some options there as well. Main sort of under tray of the fuselage. Choices for, and now we have got different choices here for the wing fences, so I think because of this you are going to have to pick which one you really want. Or I suppose you could do the open ones and still swing it backwards and forwards, I guess, but I think it's just better if you just pick. Then we've got the upper fuselage at the rear going on. We've got some nice details for the exhausts here. Doesn't look like we've got options at this scale for the thrust reversers. Probably for the best, because I think they'd be really tiny in this scale, but it is a bit of a shame. The big fin going on. Of course, obviously the fighter version of this aircraft, well known as the big fin. Some of those sub-assemblies going on, some small details, again, aerials, probably for later on really, to go on there. Then got 3-part intakes. I'm just looking, actually, I don't like that. Have I just spotted something? Okay, so that's all open. That's the main wheel wells going in. That's there. That's the front going on. No, we've got completely open intakes with nothing behind it whatsoever at all, which is a bit of a shame. Surprised you didn't get like at least an insert in there or something. So it looks like, to be honest, it looks like covers are the only way forward. I'll talk about those a little bit later, but we've got options for the air brakes at least, which is quite nice. Then we've got details for the nose wheel going on and going in. And then the main undercarriage there as well. Again, obviously with those nice resin wheels. We'll see. Just going on there. And we're going through some of the smaller details now over the next few. So we've got little aerials and bits and bobs going on here. Some of the range finders and what have you at the front. Lights, and then we've got onto the canopy where we've got mirrors and rails there. We've got choices of open or closed, complete with the big temporary ramp to place in for when it's open. We've got options for open refueling probe, and again some more smaller details going on the main rails just there, which is quite nice. And then right, so the loadout, and obviously this is going to be a wartime piece. So the war loadout is going to be quite important. Doesn't look like we've got or too many options for sort of traditional bombs. I know I did a 1/72 D for Debbie some time ago, which had basically I think 6 smaller size bombs on. We've got the big tanks. So we've got the standard size ones and the big Hindenburg ones. We've got some big laser guided bombs. We've got the Sky Shadow pod. We've got the AM9 Sidewinders, we've got the Bars pod, so obviously those are all quite important. We've got choices for alarm missiles, which is pretty cool. They're pretty cool. And 1,000-pound bombs, but none of the little ones. So if you want to go down that route, you might have to source some. But then we've got explanations of the loadouts just there. And then, of course, an explanation of the masks, just in case you need a little bit of hand. Looks like we've got options there again for sort of in and out, so you can get the rubber edges around. I didn't think they were that obvious on a scenario. In a Buccaneer maybe, but there we go. So we've got ZA-465 Foxy Killer from our number 16 squadron. With the recall, we've got a sort of faded out shark's mouth and the nose out, of course, which these were all very famous for. Looks like they're going with an option for flesh. Now, I will have a talk about this in a little bit, but Desert Pink is not so easy. Okay. We have, as B, we have Osmani. Okay, hello Q8. So again, we have some really cool nose art just there. And there's Osmani there. We have Armored Charmer, which is one of the few with the thermal imaging pods that didn't need the Buccaneer tail pit, which has this cool sort of Viz style artwork on. Then we have D, which is disappointingly not D for Debbie. We have Gulf Killer, with again a nice shark's mouth there, and again another laser guided bomb with a lady on it. Do apologise. We have Check 6. from number 9 Squadron, which is relatively simple on this one. Just one nice nose out there of Lady Benova. And we have ZA890 from 9 Squadron, which again has more of a Q8 Goodbye Iraq nose art, similar but not the same as the other one. We have Luscious Lizzie. I've got to love some of these names, I really do. Nothing on the other sides there, but of course just the nose art there with the doggy. And probably my favourite of them, we have Helen from 617 Squadron. Now, why my favourite? Because it actually has nose art on both sides. So it has Helen just there. Oh, there she is. And it also has the infamous Snoopy Airways on the opposite side there. So, loving all of those. Bit disappointed Deefy Debbie's not in there. Pablo Mason. But still plenty to go for. So, let's have a very quick look at the other bits and bobs here. So, we have Etch there, which as per normal looks rather lovely. And got some details there for the instrument panels. That looks cool. We've got, of course, the mass set. I'm not going to bother getting out. We know what it is. They're great. We love them. Nice of them to put them in there. I can see that without taking out the bag. We have a lovely looking 1/72 ejection seat just there. And the wheels are lovely as well. You can even read the details on there. Okay, and on the opposite side there, again more details there, lovely. Very quick look at the rather nice looking decal sheet. Again, I'm not going to get out. Again, it's not cartograph. It looks like Eduards' new ones. Whether you like them or not, it makes a difference. But they all look really nice, really sharp, really detailed. Again, you've got the options for decals for the instruments if you prefer. Always nice to have the choice. Right, okay, let's see how damaged the course has got in one bag. Now, of course, again, infamously, I'm not a fan of everything being in one bag, but I know it does tend to happen with Eduard when they get their kits in from someone else. So we can sort of blame Rebel for this by bagging them all in one go. And they really are in one go either. They're not in separate bags inside this one, so it's tough. Got some good tape on that. Okay, trying to be careful. Oh, looks like we do have some. Just shake that out. Okay, clear parts over there. So what do we have? We have fuselage parts, which look rather stunning, I must admit. There's a little bit of flash just off the sprue, but that's fine, we don't care about that. Got some nice detail on the instrument panels just there. Some beautiful recessed detail, where appropriate. Keep that nice chunky look for the Tornado. Some lovely detail there on the back panel. And again, the instruments there look really nice in this scale. We've got, of course, the original kit seats, but they've all been replaced with the nice resin ones. Lovely looking, I think that's nose wheel. Yeah, because that's the main ones. Which even have brake lines actually moulded in plastic, which is kind of cool. Can't tell if that one's broken or not, but again, at that scale, like you're going to see anything. It looks like the air brake, is that the air brakes? I think that's the air brakes. Do have some rather annoying sink marks on, which is a bit of a shame. And again, actually, it looks like there's some sink marks. Actually, now I see it just here. But that is on the underside, so it could be worse. At least it's not on the top there. On the inside, we've actually got some detail on the inside of those air brakes as well, which is quite nice. Again, the original Revel stamp, so you can't get away from the fact that this is a late 90s build. We've got a little bit of flash on the wheel wells, but nothing that would really make any difference. Some nice detail going on in there. Again, we do have some injection marks, unfortunately, you won't be able to clean those up. There's no way of doing that, unfortunately. It's a little bit of a shame. Okay, we have, again, another important one. So we have the tail here, which is 2-part. Looks very, very nice. Again, some lovely detail on it. A fair bit of flash around the inside, but you've got to clean this up anyway because of the cross member. So I don't mind that's too much. Your nose looks a little scratched, but she's not too bad. Important front fuselage here. Looking very nice and detailed. The little gun bays there. Again, what is that? Can't tell if that's more release agent or what, but there's something on the plastic that I can actually fit. Can you hear this? So I'm not too sure what that is. It's not more release agent, I don't think, because it's kind of staying there. Mildly worrying. Original wheels. They're quite serviceable, just not as nice as the ones it comes with. We have the exhausts, which look very nice actually. I'm really impressed with those. And we have the wings, complete with wing fences, etc. They're looking especially lovely. On the flip side, again, obviously you won't see really anything at all apart from on these parts here, and you won't see anything there either. In all honesty, they're all well out of the way of anything you're actually likely to see. Apart from possibly this one. If I can get the camera to focus, there we go. I'm not sure if there's something that covers that or not, but it's not too bad, I guess. We have some of the loadout. So we've got the alarm missiles there, they look nice. Laser guided bombs, again, we've got some lovely detail on those. Tanks. We've got obviously sticky out detail on those as appropriate. Again, some smaller bombs with some nice details on, and some various fins. And looks like one of the pods there, I think that's the boss pod. So they all look quite nice. Again, I'm not really seeing anything on the other side that's really going to go. This is annoying, so we do have a little bit of flash actually right on those little tiny details there, which is a shame. I think they're used for some of the bombs. Then we actually have a separate bag here protecting some of these parts. I'm not exactly sure why they're all done separately, but I do like it. Keeps them all safe. So I'll open up this one. There we go. We'll keep that, thank you. So what have we got in here? We have some more clear parts. Oh, hello. Trying to get away. Always check your bags. So we have the intakes. Again with that rather annoying flash on. So there's loads of flash. What's going on there? It looks like it's supposed to be there. Sorry, there we go. That's just weird. I'll look at that later. We have the horizontal surfaces, some rather nice detail on. Some smaller parts for the inside. Again, we've got a little bit of flash on here, and it looks up. Well, there is an injection mark on top of there, but of course there is the hood that will go over the top of that, so that's not important. The nice little nose wheel bay, some detail in there. More flash. More parts we're not going to use for injection seats. There's some lovely detail there, even on the inside of the refueling probe though, which is nice. Or we've got the closed version there, which again looks nice and neat. We have the bottom of the wings, so the bottom wing insert, which looks suitably nice. So that's quite nice. Like that. See, this is the normal size tanks, which look really quite nicely detailed, to be fair. Rails, more rails. We have the countermeasures pod just there, which looks a little chunky. That'll do the job. Just there. So we've got some parts we're not going to be using here for alternate versions. And we've got the AIM-9s, which again at this scale are just fine. They look quite nice. I think that's right, isn't it? Someone can tell me if the front fins of that look correct for the year. They look like 9s to me. I'm not the greatest at this. I'm not going to bother getting this one out, but we have some of the smaller lenses, etc. And hood in that one. Is that the hood? Yeah, that's the hood. But this is the important one, of course. This is your main canopy. So we want to have a good look at this one. So we'll get that one out. It does look like it's suffering from quite a lot of flash, as a screw. It's quite tight. Okay, what we got? Okay, so it does look quite scratched in transit, unfortunately, but it does look quite serviceable. It does look quite clear. Not too bad. I've seen worse. Could do with a bit of a polish, if I'm honest. I've got anything I can shine through it to. If I use this ruler. There we go, you can actually see any. There's a little bit of distortion obviously at this scale. But again, at the smaller scale it will do. I think with a bit of polish we'll be okay. Not the best I've seen, but it's serviceable, it'll do okay. So, right, here we go. Front top box. There we go, Eduards reboxing of the 172nd Revell Gr1 Tornado. Bit of a kit of two halves, looks like some lovely detail going on. There's a lot of options, bits and pieces there. A few things, obviously, it would have been nice to have seen something on the inside here. Or even maybe just supplied some plugs for it. Again, in Desert Storm, they quite famously had these green, like, canvas covers that just sort of flapped over the front like a big tent. So that will probably have to be done by all of us if you're going to be making this one. And don't want to see, you know, down into nothing. Which is a great shame because the back is so detailed. Never mind. On another side, do I see the price of this one going just as silly? Quite possibly. The big one was really popular, and 1/72 is a popular scale. So if you want one, I suggest grabbing it right now before eBay goes ridiculous. So yeah, if you're after a 1/72 Gr1, especially if you're after one, obviously with all the Desert Storm markings, etc., grab one now, right now. Like now, go to Eduards' website right now before it sells out and grab one now, quick. Otherwise, they'll be gone and they'll only on eBay for silly money. One little tiny aside, just before I go though, and that is this infamous colour. So, this is a bit of an aside from the actual kit review, but if anyone is going to be doing, you know, one of these, it was a temporary finish that went over the standard at the time wraparound grey-green camo. Okay, so the grey-green camo showed through all over the place. Very, very quickly during operations, this just started flaking off in huge chunks. Anything that got on it, sand, water, anything, just stained horribly. There's plenty of photos online of them in service. Be careful, they did repaint a GR4 later on for an anniversary, so that looks really nice and clean and tidy. They did not look like that. It's bloody awful. Infamously all over the place. But the colour is one of quite some consternation. So very few people do a specific version of it. I know of 3. Humbrol do it in enamel, which I haven't got to hand, but I have got some, which I think is 250. Extra acrylics do it. Hance there, so if you prefer your acrylic, you have Desert Pink Gulf, XA1032 or FS10279. And, of all people, MRP. which I can't see from here, but I know I've got it. Brown as a blue, medium grey. Where the hell have I done with it? It's going to show me up now because I can't find it. Okay, great. Where the hell? Sorry about this, folks. I should have been slightly more prepared. Okay, so MRP do it as well. Although unfortunately I can't get you the paint code right this moment. So if you prefer acrylics, do you prefer enamels, or do you prefer lacquers, there is basically one option in those three. Otherwise, it's going to be a custom mix. Have fun. Yep, I shall see you next time. Like, subscribe, share. Yeah, please comment, tell me what you want to see, and I shall see you again soon. Take care.